Hello there, PPW fans. It is Dirty Dave here. I'm bringing you a feature wrestler for Hispanic Heritage Month. Today I'm taking a look at one of the female superstars really using the new wave of social media and all these new platforms available to them to get herself seen by more fans and grow her popularity along the way. Let's talk about Thea Trinidad today, better known in wrestling circles now as Zelina Vega of the WWE. Vega is of Puerto Rican descent. She was born in Queens, New York, and grew up in the city there. Vega got into wrestling very early at the age of 17. Her father actually was very sadly taken from her in the September 11th attacks. He worked in one of the World Trade Centers. He was the one who got Zelina Vega into wrestling, and so she actually says that she wrestles in his memory. But she started training very early. 17 years old is when she first started wrestling for in-ring competition. She made her debut in February of 2010, working quite a bit in the independent scene up in the Northeast. She wrestled for companies such as National Wrestling Superstars and Women's Superstars Uncensored. And plied her trade for a little bit before being found by one Tommy Dreamer, the hardcore legend, the ECW legend, found her back when he was scouting with TNA Impact, and found her and invited her to try out for the company. She was in the company for a couple of years, actually. She got her debut in 2011, working until 2013, winning the Knockouts Tag Team Championships a couple of times, actually. She was kind of one of the bigger up-and-coming names in the promotion until she kind of fizzled out, went back into the independent scene, and she was there until 2017. At that point in time, she was found by the WWE. They brought her to the Performance Center, offered her a contract, and she took off with the WWE. First, she was a manager. She accompanied Andrade Cien Almas, a superstar wrestler that we will definitely be talking more about during Hispanic Heritage Month. She was his manager as he was very successful in NXT, becoming an NXT champion. Definitely used her to his strengths, and she was a big part of his successful run in NXT as well as moving on to SmackDown. But Vega is not somebody who is going to play second fiddle forever, and she eventually separated from Almas to take on her own independent run as a successful female superstar on both SmackDown and Raw. She actually won the first ever Queen's Crown tournament, with the finals taking place in Saudi Arabia. She became Queen Zelina for a while. She has also held on to the Women's Tag Team Championships in WWE. She's now a part of the Latino World Order. She's doing just big things, and it seems that everything just goes up for her. As mentioned earlier, she's really someone who's used the newfound platforms to her advantage. She's very well known as being a cosplayer, lots of great costumes, and she's also a very successful Twitch streamer, talking and playing games, etc. Definitely known as one of the nerdier competitors in the WWE, especially for the female division. She currently has 89,000 followers on Twitch and 1.7 million followers on Instagram. One of the main things she's known for, actually, is she was actually fired by the WWE for using Twitch to make a profit. They felt that it wasn't a part of what a superstar should be doing, making that money outside of the WWE without their permission. She did eventually get invited back, as she is still competing today in the WWE. And as mentioned, being very successful with it. Just earlier this year in Puerto Rico, the country of her family's origin, she was the number one contender and faced Rhea Ripley for the women's heavyweight championship. She's consistently played major parts in all Latino World Order business, including with Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, again, guys that we'll be talking definitely about during Hispanic Heritage Month as we go through some of the ones that paved the way, so to say, for wrestlers of that type. But that is Zelina Vega. Definitely someone to keep your eye on. She's still a younger competitor, has quite a bit of time left, loves the industry. It's very popular outside of the business, somebody who will bring new eyes onto the product. Definitely somebody who you'd have to expect will be a future champion in the company. And if not, I'm sure she'll find somewhere to be very successful in. Of course, she's married to former Aleister Black, current Malachi Black, who was in AEW and no longer is. Every so often you hear he's back, and who knows? She might show up on AEW one day. She may show up in the independent scene today, or she could very well headline a WrestleMania card one day. But that is Zelina Vega. And thank you for joining myself, Dirty Dave, and the rest of the PPW crew as we look through the Hispanic Heritage Month features. This one on Zelina Vega.